That sounded ridiculous. Hi, everybody. I'm back again. And I'm going to see if I can put my... Nope. Seeing where I can put the music that it's not in front of the camera. So, okay, I got my old phone camera hybrid. My old phone working to use as a camera. So we're going to try that this time and see if the sound balance is maybe a little better. It wasn't bad on my regular phone. Hang on, let me turn the sound off on that so it doesn't disturb us. Oh, I already did that. Oops. But it was a little it wasn't balanced quite right. It was like focusing a bit too much on my vocals and a bit too little on the accompaniment. I'd like it to be both. So, and especially when my vocals go slightly out of key, I'd rather this cover it up a tiny bit instead of it just being real front and center. But I'm gonna try to forgive myself for having an aging voice. So I'm gonna try to do a song today. I have not, today anyway, I have not practiced any, and I've been trying to keep myself from singing. It's a silly, silly thing that I have to like tell myself, don't sing because you're gonna use up your voice for the day and then you won't be able to sing when you want to. So I'm gonna try to just do the song first and then talk about it afterward. Because my voice, y'all, I can't trust it anymore. And this is, I want y'all to be able to see the ukulele because it's so cute. Whoa. That really didn't help, did it? I can like push it down and then it just goes right back up. Yeah, I'll mess with that another time. Yeah. Right now I'm just trying to like see if the battery on this phone is even gonna like last. Oh, I really can't check it while I'm recording. Okay, because it said 100%, and apparently it didn't actually die last time like I thought it had. It was just I couldn't turn it on without it being plugged in. But anyway, I'm gonna try to do the song and then talk, and then it won't matter how long I talk and if the phone craps out on me halfway through, because the song will at least have been done by then. So, this is called There Must Be Something More, and it's from Charlotte's Web, and this is a very special song for me and Wisp. And I'll tell you why she's even more on my mind after I hopefully sing it. Like I said, I haven't practiced it all today. I think that was yesterday. So I should be okay. I'm always just like, crap, do I know what I'm doing? Fingers crossed. There must be something more to us than you and... Wow, I'm already like changing on the wrong word. It's fine. We're gonna start that right over. There must be something more to us than you and... Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Okay, my notation I think is a little funky. I think it's between then and you. Yeah, okay. I need to fix my music. When I've been practicing, I haven't made this mistake, so I don't know why all of a sudden I am, but whatever, it's fine. There must be something more to us than you and me. It must be tangled up somehow with destiny. I used to think the sum of 1 and 1 was 2, but we add up to more, me and you. When we are close together, something more I'm feeling must be love. When we are close together, it's so plain to see. Together we are better than we used to be. I don't know how to say the things I'm thinking of, but the something more I'm feeling must be love. That was okay. I've done it better. I'm kind of tempted to just do it again, but that wasn't terrible, so we'll see. I'm so hard on myself, you guys. I'm so just like, but you've done it better than that before. You've sung it better than that. You've played it better than that. Blah, 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 blah. But you know what? It's not going to be the same every time I sing it. It's not going to be the same every time I play it because it's a different moment in time and it's going to be unique. And sometimes I'm going to like it more than others, and that's okay. Y'all can't be there to listen every single time I sing the song. I don't have a camera pointed at myself all the time. Maybe some people do. That ain't me. And that's okay. So I'm just going to know in my heart that I have sounded a little better than that before. And y'all can trust me or not. It really doesn't matter. I just wanted to sing the song for you guys because it's such a cute song. So now I'm going to tell you why. Okay. I had Wisp for almost 12 and a half years. She was 6 months when I found her at the SPCA, or when she found me, I should say. So we had her for 12 and a half years. And I sang a lot of songs to her over the course of her life. Because from the day we met, she loved it when I sang to her. That's one of the things we kind of bonded over. And I thought, 12 years in, or probably at least 11 and a half, maybe I think closer to 12 years in. Yeah, 12 years in. I didn't think I would be coming up with new songs. And this is not a new song, new song. I thought I had my repertoire of songs that I know well, the ones that I really love, the ones that have just stuck in my brain and in my heart all these years. And those are the ones I'm going to sing to my babies. So it was kind of surprising one day when I was, I don't know, getting ready for bed, I think, and this song popped back into my head. And it had not been like her entire life that I had forgotten about this song. I'm pretty sure I had watched Charlotte's Web again at some point during those 12 years, but it just didn't stick in my head at that time of, oh, this is a cute song, you should sing it to your babies. But somehow, I think there was a particular line in it, I don't know which one it was now, but all of a sudden it was just like, wait, there's this song, like this wisp of a song. How cute is that? This wisp of a song in my memory that I couldn't remember all of. I couldn't remember all the words. The tune I mostly had, I think, but I was just like, you know what? This would be a cute song. And hold on, I'm going to try to turn this light down and see if it looks okay, because it's blinding me right now. I think I have enough light. Sorry, I don't want to get a migraine just trying to make a video here. No, I don't know. I don't know why it's feeling bright to me right now. But anyway, wisp of a song, forgot the words. So I looked it up, because the internet, and I don't even think I had to re-listen to it. I think as soon as I saw the words, I had enough of the tune, and I just started re-memorizing it. And I think I sang it to her like that very night, just while reading the lyrics on my phone. And she really liked it. And I was like, this is a great song. Just the lyrics, it's such just a cute, like it's but it's not ah, but it's this is a funny side effect of living in another country and trying to learn another language, is that a lot of times you can just communicate in mime. You just and and then things like ah, so you know what I mean, without me having to articulate what the heck I'm trying to say by going it's ah, because it's not really ah. But it's more than just cute. It's somewhere between ah and ah. You can play it real slow. Must be something more to us than you and me. And you try not to drop your ukulele when you're doing that. Or you can play it fast. There must be something more to us than you and me. It's adorable, it's catchy, it's memorable, it's lovely. It's just lovely. And so after that first night, over the next couple days, maybe I did after that, like pull it up on YouTube or something just so I could listen and sing along. And then, it didn't take long to memorize the whole thing again. And then I obviously started singing it without having to look at the lyrics or play along or sing along with the YouTube video. So I just started singing it to her every night, and she loved this song, y'all. It's all just like major chords and it's happy sounding. It's got that one A minor in it, but it just sorry, I'm loving this song. But okay, so this was already a very special song for me and Wisp, and I've recently started singing it occasionally to Moonchild when I give her treats at night before bed. She has to have a bedtime snack, this dog. But I'll always associate this song with my baby Wisp. And I felt like I had to record this today. So Adam's out of town right now. He's at a conference over in the States in New York City. He's gone for like a week and a half. So I'm here all by my lonesome. I'm very lonely. And Moonchild, Mooney, is at daycare today. So I don't even have her to get on my nerves. I do love my dog, I promise. She just also gets on my nerves. But anyway, so today I was straightening up. We've got guests coming to stay with us, some very special guests in less than 2 weeks at this point. So I was just doing some little straightening up. I'm trying to let myself do it slowly over the next week and a half or so, instead of being like, I have to clean the entire house today, because I don't need to do it all in one day. And this way I can just kind of see what I feel like doing that day. Because yesterday I saw this pile of stuff on my bureau that you can see the reflection of over there. And yesterday I could not bring myself to clean it up. But today I saw that same pile and said, I think today's the day that I can do something with this. And the reason I'm bringing up straightening up my house, the little pile that I'm talking about, most of it was Christmas cards from Christmas. So it's July now. Okay. So this has been sitting there for 7 months. But I also knew mixed in this pile was an envelope. And inside the envelope is a little baggie. And inside that baggie is what's left of my darling Wisp. I've got her ashes in a little baggie that I want to do something with, but I don't know what yet. But what I do have, what came in that envelope along with the ashes was this little, why can't I think of the word, pendant? A little round thing, words, that I got made right after she passed. They gave me this little catalog of things you can do with pets' ashes. And one of the things you can do with some of the ashes is to get it made into jewelry. So I got this little resin pendant made. It's black with silver accents, and in the resin they put some of the ashes and fur. So I had this little thing, and for months I couldn't figure out what to do with it. I already had a plan of what to do with it, because as you can see, the little black cat right there, that's a little black cat statue, and it's got her little nameplate beside, or not plate, her little stone with her name on it beside it. So that's kind of her little memorial. And I've been planning to put this little pendant on a ribbon around her neck. That's what I had in my head I was going to do for months. And then I didn't have any ribbon, and I wasn't sure where to go to buy ribbon in Switzerland. And even when I did see ribbon places, it was usually too wide, too thick, and I just wanted a thin piece of ribbon. And Adam's sister didn't have any, I didn't have any. So for months I've been, like, oh, okay, I'll be out shopping one day and I'll see some ribbon and I'll just know inherently that that's the right size, the right color, whatever. Color didn't really matter. Anyway, I had ribbon on my brain. So this little pendant has just been sitting in a little baggie on top of the pile of the envelope and the Christmas cards and a Donald Duck book. Don't need to get into that. But anyway, so finally, a few weeks ago, I found a piece of ribbon somewhere. And I was like, hey, this might work. So I took the piece of ribbon. Oh, I know, it was from a Lindt chocolate bag, whatever. And I took the piece of ribbon and I just real quick put it around the neck of the statue and thought, let's see how this looks. It looked terrible. It looked absolutely terrible, y'all. This was not a super wide piece of ribbon, but it wasn't a thin one either. It was kind of medium. But even it was way too big. Like, once I saw it actually in action around the neck of the little sculpture, I was like, oh, heck no, that was a bad idea. Not a bad idea, but just in reality, in practice, it didn't make sense. So, with that in mind, I said, well, okay, if ribbon's going to be too big, too thick for this little statue, what else would work? Oh, string. So I thought, hey, I have black string. We have a bunch of that around from Christmas because we have this funny metal Christmas tree that we hung our ornaments on instead of like a real Christmas tree. So I ran downstairs. I found the ribbon. I put the ribbon around the neck and I cut the ribbon and then I knotted the ribbon, or actually I knotted it and then I cut it. Right. Anyway, I used the not the ribbon. Did I just say ribbon? The string, the black string. I used that to make just a little necklace because you don't even see the string. It blends in with the rest of the black statue. And I put the little pendant hanging from the string, and it's so cute. It's precious. That needs an E minor for some reason. But yeah, so it turned out cute, really cute. But I've had this pile for months because I didn't know what I wanted to do exactly, and I thought I was waiting around for ribbon to present itself to me in some particular place and time, and it never did until the Lindt finally did. So anyway, that was a roundabout way of saying I've had a little pile of stuff on my bureau that I wanted to put away, and I finally did. Now, the other reason this has been sitting there, though, for so long, mostly because of the pendant thing. Pendant is totally the right word. I don't know why I thought that was wrong at first. Anyway, that was the main reason, but I could have put away the rest of the stuff at any time, and I could have just had the pendant sitting there waiting to be put on the statue. But it was the exact same thing that happened back in, starting in, was that really? 2015? God, it was 10 years ago. Ugh. Okay, so Onyx passed away. I won't make this a super long thing, because this is already kind of a long video, isn't it? Oops. You can see how bad I feel about that. So Onyx passed away back at the end of 2015, and I went to therapy, but that wasn't until like 2020. Really? Was it 5 years? Okay, so I'm admitting to a little bit of a problem I had. That again, I didn't realize was happening until it had been happening for a while. After Onyx passed, I got some really sweet cards, and I got from a friend a cross stitch pattern of a picture of Onyx, because I was getting into cross stitch a little bit at the time. And I put it on a different bureau in a different house in a different country, and it sat there, and it piled up with other stuff, and probably Christmas cards and birthday gifts and just random stuff on this bureau. And then it started piling up a little bit in other bits of the house. Like at first it was just the one bureau, and then it was both bureaus in that room, and then there was some stuff on the floor beside the bureau, and then it was up in my Rainbow Land Museum. So it wasn't all the same stuff, but it was just stuff. And I was having a really hard time getting myself to organize and put away that stuff. And it wasn't like the whole house was full of stuff. It wasn't. Like, we were keeping things clean and sanitary, tidy. I wasn't becoming a hoarder, but it was just these problem areas. And it wasn't until I started going to therapy regularly in 2020, because it wasn't my first time going to therapy. And I had like this was kind of a funny, I have one in-office, in-person session with this therapist was it February or the very first week of March or something, 2020? And then everything shut down, and we had to go to video calls, like Zoom or whatever. So I had to take pictures of this stuff to show my therapist, because I was talking to her about it, and I was like, I just don't know why I cannot find the motivation to put this stuff away. I just can't. Like, anytime I even remotely think about it, I get overwhelmed, and I get stuck. And I had been feeling pretty stuck at that point. And she was like, well, take pictures. I'm curious to see what you're talking about and how big of an issue it is or isn't. And I did. And she was actually impressed. She thought I wouldn't actually take pictures. I guess she's asked that of other patients, and they've been too scared or too, I don't know, self-conscious. They don't want anybody else to see it. So it's kind of, there can be some feelings of shame around things like this. But I was just like, I'm ready to change. I'm ready for something to get better. 5 years after my baby passed away, and I was still grieving. And so I took all these pictures. And after I took the pictures and sent them to her, something clicked, something changed, and all of a sudden I had the urge to put everything away. And I had just been talking to her about all kinds of stuff, like not just about Onyx, but I knew that was something that was still affecting me. And my subconscious remembered. I didn't actively remember at the time, but until I got to the end of the last pile, because I kind of started at the end, if that makes sense. I said it started on one bureau, then a second bureau, then upstairs, or in the Rainbow Land Museum. I started with the Rainbow Land Museum, cleaned that, then I cleaned the second bureau, and then eventually I got back to the first bureau where it all started. And even on that bureau, I started on the second end. Like, I had started putting stuff over here, and I started over there. And so I finally got all the way back to that first corner on that first bureau where it all began. And at the very bottom was that cross-stitch pattern of Onyx and those sweet cards that I had received after her passing. So it was just like my brain, my heart couldn't deal with it anymore at the time. It didn't want to put those things away. I think, actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure, because I'm feeling it again right now after putting this stuff away today, that it feels a bit more like actually completely letting go and not even moving on, but just as long as it's out there and you're kind of forcing yourself to look at it, it's like they're still there. It's like a piece of them is still around. And when it's out of sight, you're worried that it's actually really going to be out of mind. and I say you as if this has happened to other people. I don't know if this has happened to other people, but this is how my brain, my psyche was handling things. It was, but if I put that away, then it's admitting that she's really gone. Okay, getting a little emotional right here. And I had the same feeling again today when I was putting away the stuff from Wisp. It was, but if I put that away, if I put it under my bed with all of the rest of my treasures and things that I have not let go of my entire life and can't let go of, then it won't remind me every day, and then I might forget. Which is honestly the stupidest thing ever. I'm never going to forget this cat. I'm never going to forget that dog. But it's hard. It's another reminder that they really are gone, that they really are not coming back. Sorry, I cried about this for half an hour earlier after I put everything away. I didn't think I was going to cry anymore today. But so I recognized when I saw that happening again here, I was like, I know what this is because I've been here before. I remember how that felt, and I don't want to get stuck like that again. But I also had to give myself time. If I had said back in, she passed away in what, March? Or was it? No, it was February. It was February. If I had said back in April, like, okay, it's been enough time. Gotta put this stuff away. I gotta move on. Whatever. It would have been too soon. It wouldn't have gone well. And I'm not even sure I could have made myself do it. Maybe, but like we've had guests over since February, only one of them stayed with us for any amount of time, and it was only for 2 nights, 3 nights, 2 or 3 nighs. So, and they've been here before, so maybe I wasn't putting my absolute best foot forward. I was just like, they won't mind if in my own room I still have a few things on a bureau. And clearly they didn't, or if they did, they kept it to themselves like people with manners. But these guests coming next week, I really wanted everything to be as perfect as it can be. And wanted to clear up the clutter. And, a couple of them are little kids. Maybe I'll mention who it is in a minute. So I just wanted to have things clean and organized. But even still, it was not easy. Like, I got my little Ziploc bags like I always do. Because when I put stuff under the bed in these containers I have, they're not, can you see down here? Yeah, can't point. They're, what's that word? Wicker baskets. Those are not airtight. Those do not keep out dust and pet hair, etc. So I had some stuff in there from when we first moved in that I then went and took back out. When was that? I don't know, a few months ago. I think Wisp was still alive because she was getting in the middle of it. But yeah, I took everything back out and reorganized it. It's a bunch of letters mostly and cards from my entire life. And some of them were already organized by year and sometimes by event if there were a bunch, like Christmas 2015 or whatever. But some were unorganized, so I went through and I organized everything and put them all into Ziploc bags so that even if dust does get into the boxes, it won't get all over the cards and pictures and etc. that I have down there. So anyway, I got my Ziploc bags. I came up, I put the Christmas cards away right away. That was easy. But even still, I put the stuff for Wisp in her own little Ziploc bag. I put her first and favorite toy in there. I put a printout of just a picture of me holding her. And just putting that stuff in there and sealing the bag was emotional. Like, it made me really sad. And, I put it in the thing, put it under the bed, and sat down and cried to my statues for like half an hour. But you know what? Sometimes you just need to do that. Crying is not a bad thing. Like, crying is an emotional release. And when you don't let yourself cry, those emotions can just build and build and build, and there's nowhere for them to go. Like, that's rough. That's not good for you in many ways, physically and emotionally. So when, over the last year, I have really learned to just, when I'm in the mood to cry, I just let myself cry. And I don't like get upset with myself for needing a good cry. And I had a fun little conversation talking to my fur babies of the past that I miss with every fiber of my being, and telling them how Mooney is so different than them, and sometimes I wish she was a little more like them. I really do love my dog, but dang it, she's way too smart, and her intelligence just makes her a little jerk sometimes. But anyway, so because of all that, especially, and I've been saying I'm going to do this song for flippin' ever, because I did, what were the other two I did? I Have a Dream, and I Will, right. That was another one that I sang to Wisp. But this one was the more like recent one that I had been singing to her for just like the last 6 months of her life, basically. So it's always going to be kind of tied to her. I'm going to sing it again, because whatever, this thing's already 30 minutes long. Where do I want to put my feet? Okay. Because why not? There must be something more to us than you and me. It must be tangled up somehow with destiny. I used to think the sum of 1 and 1 was 2, but we add up to more, me and you. When we are close together, it's so plain to see. Together we are better than we used to be. I don't know how to say the things I'm thinking of, but the something more I'm feeling must be love. When we are close together, it's so plain to see. Together we are better than we used to be. I don't know how to say the things I'm thinking of, but the something more I'm feeling must be love. Y'all, that was so funny. The song finished. I smiled, was about to say something, and it cut off because it's got a file size limit. I forgot about the file size limit on this phone. It wasn't even because the battery died. This thing is a champ. It's a little tank. I don't even know how old this phone is. Whoa. Sorry, my fingers have moved. It's still kicking. And this is actually my second of this model. It's an LG something or other. I don't even know. It's several years old. But it was always great for video, so I'm hoping it still is. I'm recording this whole thing just assuming that it's good enough. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be any better than the other phone that I used. But I felt what I was going to say before the thing crapped out was just that I felt better about it the second time. So I'm glad that I sang it again. And it's just a short little thing, so it's not like it took a long time to do it again. But yeah, I loved singing it to Wisp because I could put like emphasis on different things. There must be some, and then it would be like, and at the end where I do the really high note, I don't know how to say the things I'm thinking. Like, that's not how it goes in the original. It's just sung regularly again. But I did that one night. I was just messing around with her, and I sang it that way, and I was just like, oh, that's kind of cute. And then I just did it that way from then on. So that's also in honor of Wisp. And I loved in the end, must be love. Like that's, I miss singing to my Wisp so much. She would look at me with such love in her eyes, y'all. Like she would be like, okay, I'd be like on my bed here, sitting up, and I'd have my legs out in front of me, or I think I even had them like up, so you can like rest a book on it or something. And she would sit right there, right in my lap, and I would just pet her sweet little head. I'd pet all of her while I sang to her, and she would purr, and she would just be staring into my eyes with her beautiful yellow eyes the entire time. I mean, that's love. Must be love. And I would, just, yeah. Have I shown y'all? I don't think I have. My fake cat. This is Newt Newt. Yes, I named it. This is a weighted plushie. So it's not just a plush cat. It's actually, I think it's 8 pounds, something like that. So it's, or is it 7 or 8 pounds? I don't know, something like that. Wisp was a little heavier than that, but not by a ton, especially by the end. But it feels like, and it's distributed nicely. So it feels a lot more like holding a real cat than just a plushie that's full of cotton would do. So I don't sing to Newt Newt necessarily, but I hold Newt Newt in the crook of my arm while I read my book at night. It just feels nice. They make these, it's for lots of different purposes. One of the things is for elderly people who can't have actual pets anymore, but who always had pets around and love animals. This is a nice alternative for them, just have something to stroke, because sometimes it just feels good to just stroke a cat. And they come in different colors. This was they didn't have an all black one. So this is the closest I could get to Wisp with some Skeletor. Why is that black fur mixed in? Get over there. But anyway, he's super cute, and I just like having him on my bed all the time. And so I can cuddle at least a fake cat. I can't have a real one for now. This is how much I miss my cat. Like, I had to get that after she passed. I was like, I didn't know that existed, but I was just like, because I think I had a plushie or two, not of cats, but just of other things, and I was trying to snuggle those, and it just wasn't, clearly it's not the same, but it didn't feel right. And I literally just went online. I was like, weighted cat plushie, weighted fake cat, something like that, and came across this. What's the company name? It's a funny name. You got a tag? It's like Chonker. Yeah, Chongker. CHONGKER. I think it's just chonker.com. They're little chonky cats. But anyway, and I got myself another cat statue, not the one up there. I already had that one. Before Wisp. Yeah, I had that before she passed. But I have another one that's out on a chair. Like, I was about to start filling my house with fake cats, but those two were enough. At least at the moment, they're enough. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do to help yourself through grief. Like, I don't feel bad about having fake cats in my house to help me deal with the loss of something that was so precious to me. And nobody should feel bad about needing something like that or whatever. So real quick, I say real quick, this thing's how long now? Whatever. The guests, because I just don't know if I'm gonna have time to record another one of these before they come. I might, maybe. I have a thought, but anyway, I'll just say real quick. I'll talk about it more later, I'm sure. The people coming to visit next week are our genetic son Davy and his family. So I'm super excited about this. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I posted about it on Facebook. If any of you are not friends with me on Facebook that are watching this video, like send me a friend request. I'm happy to authorize that. Authorize is such a weird word. That's not what I mean, but accept it. There we go. Yeah, because long story short, super short, me and Adam tried to have kids back in, well, from 2008 to 2012, or wait, no, through the end of 2011. So yeah, 2008 through 2011, we tried to have kids. We couldn't because my body is broken. We went through IVF. We made 12? Wait, 11? 12? No, I think it was 12. This is terrible. 12? Hold on, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or was it just 11? My brain, y'all. 11 or 12, because right off the top of my head now I can't think. Maybe it was just 11. It's got to be 11, because there's... Okay, we made 11 embryos, sorry, that survived to freezing at 5 and 6 day blastocyst stage. Right, 11. We had 11 to begin with. I used one, it didn't take. And in the end, after that experience, we decided to stop trying. Like I said, very long story, very short. But we still had 10 embryos on ice. And we're like, well, we're not going to use them. What should we do? And after much soul searching and thought and all the things, we decided to donate them to other couples who were struggling with infertility. And out of the 10, right now 4 have been used by 2 different families, and 3 children exist in the world that otherwise would not have. So there's twins that are 7 years old. I still haven't met them yet. I really hope to someday, hopefully someday soon. And then Davy, the newest addition, the baby, he's how many months? 12, 13, 14, 15 months? Something like that. May, June, no, 12, 13, 14. I think 14 months. Yeah, and we've met him twice already, and his beautiful, wonderful family. We love them so much. We've met them over in the States, but they are coming actually over to Europe and are going to do a little tour of London and Paris, and then they're coming here to the Zurich area. So we are stupid excited for them to come, and that's why I've been cleaning up. And see, that's what crossed my mind when I was like, oh, but I might not be able to record another one before they come. There's another one that I really want to do, and it doesn't have to be before they come, but it's kind of in honor of yeah, I may have to reorder these other songs that I've been practicing, and that one probably needs more practice before I do it. I don't know. I got some more Charlotte's Web that I want to do. I've got an Enya, and then I've got this other one. Maybe I'll practice it and then think about recording it after this video, because this particular one is way too long already. See, I was not talkative at all in my last one, so apparently my brain's like, we're gonna make up for it this time and make this 10,000 hours long. But yeah, so Davy Baby and his family are coming to stay with us for a few days. And I'm going to get to go to Disney Paris for the first time. I'm actually going to meet them there, and then we're going to come back here. So, excitement. We're going to have a good time. And, yeah, it has nothing to do with cats or Charlotte's Web or anything. It just has to do with cleaning, why I was cleaning. And because Adam's out of town right now, and I'm lonely by myself, I'm like, well, I guess cleaning is a good use of my time. and sitting and crying for half an hour because I don't have anything else pressing I need to be doing. So yeah, it's a nice rainy day today, so I've just been huddling up inside while Mooney's out at daycare, probably getting soaked, but she's with her buddies. I don't think she minds too much. She only minds when it's with me or with Adam. Oh, that's not where I wanted to go at all. No, wrong. Where's the note? I love that song so much, you guys. And I did practice that one a lot, like not today, but I tried to do the whole memorizing thing again. But again, it was like I kept messing up, and I was like, you know, it's good in theory. For people who are better at memorizing things at 45 years old, good for you. You should do that. I'm not necessarily gonna be that type, so I'm okay with looking at the music most of the time. I try to look up a bit. I'm not good at that, I know. Yeah, so I should go. I may or may not try to do another song and record yet another video, but I've already been talking for at least 40 minutes. So I'm not sure my voice would be up for another video anyway, singing and talking. But this has been fun. I'm glad I finally got to do this song for you guys after doing the 2 that I had started learning last summer. This was the first one of this group that I started learning this year once I picked this bad boy back up. I love showing off this ukulele. I love it so much. It's just the best. Did I tell y'all my darling Adam got me this? I'm sure I did when I first got it, but it's been a while, so I just need to remind everyone that my husband is wonderful. Y'all already knew that. But yeah, that's the big Wisp song. Like a couple. Is it just one more of these that I sing to her? Yeah. Oh yeah, I should do it this order. That one and then that one. So I'll probably step out of order to do the one that I want to do for Davy Baby and his family. But then I'll get back to the ones I had been practicing before. And then if y'all have any like requests maybe, because this next one I'm planning to do was not what I had in mind. It should have been one that I had in mind, but somehow it had entered and then exited my brain before I took the time to put music to it, music to lyrics, etc., and figure it out. So I've done that now, but it's because of one of my lovely friends who watched my other video and said, hey, what about this song? And I was like, why didn't I think of that? So if you have a song that I probably know, like maybe not some weird esoteric song that I've never heard of, because learning brand new songs is harder than it used to be. I'm not saying it's impossible, but there's so many old songs that I love that I generally stick to that before learning new ones. But what am I saying? Of course I'll listen to new songs, and if it's wonderful and beautiful and marvelous, I will learn it. So yeah. So if you have a request, well, a really long way of saying that. If you have any song requests, please dial Katie and tell her what it is, and she'll think about it, and hopefully not take another year to do it. So I'm just glad that I remembered to do this today and had the time and the energy and the voice. Because I think I was like, I'll talk about that later. But this voice, y'all, it's never been super consistent. That's been my number one complaint with my voice my entire life. Maybe not so much when I was a kid. I don't think I even noticed back then, and maybe it was consistent back then. But since teenagerhood on, some days it sounds like an angel. Some days it sounds like a demon. It's just, you never know. Okay, maybe not a demon, but it just some days it's not good. Like I can't control the notes as well. Some days I have chronic post-nasal drip and runny nose and allergies or whatever. I don't know, some kind of rhinitis thing that's been happening, yeah, since I was a teenager. And some days I just get congestion in my throat and there's just no good way to get rid of it. And other days it's barely there at all. And I'm on a different nasal spray right now than the one I've been using for years, and I'm not thrilled with it right now, but just because my nose keeps running. Congestion wise, it's just as good as the other stuff I think I was using. But anyway, you don't need to hear about all that. But just suffice it to say, my voice is super inconsistent and it's just getting worse with age as far as consistency goes. So I never know from one day to the next what it's going to sound like. And some days I'll start practicing with these songs and it sounds really good at first. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to practice once or twice and then I'm going to go record it. And by the third time, my voice is checked out. Like, I'm not saying I've gone hoarse or anything, but it doesn't sound good anymore and I can't control the notes as well anymore. And it's frustrating. It's really frustrating to know that some days your voice sounds great and other days, and just never quite knowing when it's going to betray you. And I was telling a friend online not too long ago that I've like lost some of my breath support, which is not something I ever really learned to do any particular way to begin with. I'm sure people who have taken actual voice lessons and developed their skill know more how to control their breathing, and it makes them a better singer. But in the beginning anyway, as a kid, I never struggled with that. So I therefore never learned how to do it properly. Like I just, when you're singing in a choir or something, like they tell you when to breathe. They'll have a little, isn't it like a little tick mark, I think? It's like, take a breath here, sopranos, and then altos take a breath there, and etc. So not everyone's taking a breath at the same time. But when you don't have little tick marks to tell you when to breathe, you got to just figure it out. And again, most of the time, it's not something I have to ever think about. It's just a natural thing. But I don't know. I feel like I just don't have I don't know if it's my lung capacity is less than it used to be. It's possible. I very rarely go swimming or anything anymore where you have to hold your breath for any amount of time. So it's possible that I just can't hold my breath as long as I used to be able to, and that is now affecting my singing. I'm totally guesstimating here. I have no idea. I'm just throwing crap out there. Like, my lungs could be damaged from having COVID. I don't know. I doubt it, but that was years ago. But I'm sure there are some people who are just, who have lifelong issues with respiratory stuff because of COVID or other illnesses. And I'm just getting older. So some of this is just age, and I hate that, but I'm trying to deal with it best I can. But anyway, now that this video is creeping up on an hour, I was talking about breathing. There is a pool, like an outdoor pool, within 10 minutes of our house, and I'm really tempted now that it's summertime. I mean, it's been summertime for weeks, but anyway, to go and swim, for fitness, not just for fun, and to try just to see if I can get my lung capacity up a bit more. Because I don't think I would be able to do it I don't know. Are there apps for that? Is there an app that teaches you to hold your breath? Probably. I have not searched, but now I'm really curious. There's gotta be one that rewards you if you make it the whole time. They gotta gamify that somehow. Plays a little tune while you wait, and then you get points if you did. I don't know. If that doesn't exist, somebody needs to write it, because I would use that. But I think I would do even better actually swimming or doing something where I have to hold my breath, not just a thing on a screen telling me to. But anyway, I'm going to work on the breath thing. Really long way of saying I'm going to work on that. And then maybe that will help a bit with the consistency, because I think it's when I'm running out of breath that, is that a note? Oh, yeah, it is. That my pitch is inconsistent and I can't control it as well as I used to, and that just makes me want to cry. I hate being off key. I hate it so much. And not to say that I've ever been pitch perfect, like I'm no Karen Carpenter or Alison Krauss, but I've been decent with that my whole life. So hearing myself go out, I was like, ugh, it makes me not want to sing at all. But I'm not going to stop singing. And even this morning, okay, real quick, how many times have I said real quick in this video and then it's 5 minutes later? I also, I can't stop singing. So some people who are learning the ukulele, like the voice, I'm not taking voice lessons. I'm not challenging my vocals really. I'm just continuing on with the voice I've been given my entire life and continuing on with it. But the ukulele is the thing that I'm actually trying to get better at and develop a skill in. But I cannot, I don't want to say can't, I can, but it's hard. It's really hard. Basically can't just sit and play. I have to sing all along with it. I would probably be a lot better off, better skilled, whatever. I would have learned faster and kept my calluses up and all the things with this ukulele if I could stop singing. But anytime I'm practicing the song, I gotta be, there must be something more to it. Not like that, that's ridiculous. But I tried humming one time, but I don't really think that was helping my throat really. Like so. Like, it's probably less strain because it's less volume, less whatever. But still, I can't just be quiet. I tried whistling, but I can't whistle as good as I used to. When I was a kid, I was such a good whistler. But anyway, another skill I've lost over the years. So, not lost completely, but lost a lot of. So I would just get mad at myself. I'd be whistling along and then I'd be like, oh, but I can't whistle that. Nope, never mind. Whistling's dumb. It's so much more of a struggle than it used to be. Anyway, so I don't really whistle the songs either. I gotta sing them. And because I gotta sing them, then I use up my voice and then I can't record a video and sing it for other people because I'm already struggling to sing it by myself, for myself. Sorry, it's really fun to just sit here and play chords. And it really is helping to like build up calluses and stuff. But okay, now that this really is approaching an hour, I'm gonna go. And if any of you have actually sat through this entire ridiculous thing, thanks. I love you too. And I'll be back to do another song real soon. Maybe, no, probably not today. But soon. Okay? Okay. See you, love you, bye.